welcome to a day in the life of using the M1 Max MacBook Pro here in 2025. And I know what you're thinking, Aryan, why are you making a video about a 4-year-old computer? Well, I know that a lot of people don't want to spend $5,000+ on a new MacBook today. And these machines, you can get them at some crazy deals. So I wanted to answer the question on if you can get by with getting an older computer here in 2025, more specifically the M1 Max MacBook Pro. So without further ado, let's get into it. So every morning for me starts the same. I head downstairs and pour myself a small coffee, take a seat at the desk, and then get the day started. I use my mornings to get the boring stuff that I really don't like doing out of the way, like replying to emails, making a to-do list, and getting admin work done. My MacBook is plugged into the studio display 99% of the time while I'm at home, just because I like having the bigger screen to get all my work done, as well as having my whole desk space set up. To be honest, guys, I don't really even like coffee that much, but this is the only one that I drink. It's the Starbucks iced coffee medium roast, because I don't like hot drinks, but every single morning, that's what I'd be drinking as a non-coffee drinker. Let's quickly go over the specs of this laptop. So I got this in 2021 when it pretty much first came out, and it has the Apple M1 Max chip in it with 32 gigabytes of unified memory. It has a 32-core GPU and a 10-core CPU. It also has 1 terabyte of internal SSD storage. This, of course, is the 16-inch version with the Liquid Retina XDR display with a resolution of 3456 by 2234 with a pixel density of 254 pixels per inch. So I want to quickly show you guys the battery health of this laptop, especially since I keep it plugged in like 99% of the time. So if we go into the system settings, it is saying that it has 84% battery capacity, which isn't too bad because I've had it for 4 years. And then if we go into some of the advanced settings, you see that it has a cycle count of 214. So you guys let me know if that's good or bad. I don't think it's terrible, and like I said, my MacBook is plugged in like majority of the time, so for me it's not really a big deal. The battery lasts me like as long as I need it to. You know, for a 4-year machine, I think that if you're getting it secondhand, just make sure that you look at the battery health, and then you look at the cycle count just to make sure nothing is too crazy. So the first, I guess you could say, deep work session for me consists of script writing for all my social media content. So that's for Instagram, where I'm posting every single day. So make sure you're following me over there. YouTube scripts, and also then doing some content research. All these tasks are very easy on the laptop and they don't stress it at all. So there's no problem here whatsoever. You can pretty much do this on any laptop. So I just finished scripting some of the videos, and now it's time to record the voiceover. And to do that, I talk directly into this mic right here. This is the Rode Pod mic, and it's connected into the computer, and then I record straight into GarageBand. I find that this just works the best, and again, the computer has no issues doing this whatsoever. Exporting these videos are super fast, so actually let's do a quick test. So this voiceover is about 30 seconds-ish. I know it's not the longest thing, but just so you can get a sense of how quickly it is, we will hit share, export song to disk, and then watch how fast this is. It's literally done. Like as soon as that bar reached there, it's done. So again, for this part of my workflow, the MacBook handles it completely fine, no issues whatsoever. Can't really ask for anything better. And now it's time for that little midday gym session. So let's get our workout in. So today is leg day, and lately I've been battling a little bit of a leg injury where my quad and my IT band are just like all jacked up, and I think that's because of basketball. So a little bit of a different leg day today for me today. Focus a lot on a little bit of ISOs and some like rehab movements, and to kind of just like introduce some form of resistance, but still keeping it like not so much irritating on the part that hurt. Headphone of choice for this workout is, of course, AirPod Pro 3. Got the tracks playing on the phone. Let me know if you guys have any music recommendations, because I need to add to my tracks. Lately, I've been liking a little bit of country, I can't lie. The next part of my day is all about filming. So I like to batch shoot my content so that I have posts ready to go and I'm not worried about filming a new video every single day. So I shoot pretty much all my content on the Sony FX3 and 4K, and I find that this setup just gives me that cinematic look that I'm going for, as well as gives me lots of room to color grade when I go out to edit. The thing that I absolutely love about the MacBook is the SD card reader. It's been so clutch since day one, just to insert the card and import my footage super easily without any dongles. All of the ports have been super fast and I've had no noticeable slowdowns or anything that has stopped working, so on that side, things have been great. I edit all my footage in Final Cut on the MacBook. I feel like this is just the most optimized software for the Mac, but I've also been using it for a long time, so switching doesn't really feel appealing to me right now. And all my footage is color graded, clipped up, and as you can see, the MacBook handles the 4K S-Log3 footage out of the camera with no problem. So I want to go on the computer and show you guys how Final Cut is performing on the M1 Max MacBook Pro. So we're gonna load up a timeline of actually this video right now. So I got like the first little bit edited on this video, and as you can see, there are adjustment layers with color grading on every clip. There is some zoom effects, some text effects, some songs. Like, it's not a crazy timeline, but it's not like the most simple either. Some of the clips have some stabilization applied to it, and as you can see, like, it is scrubbing through it with ease. And you can see here that it's in better quality, so it's not even optimizing for performance at all. And that just goes to show you that the M1 Max is handling this no problem whatsoever. And this is how it is with most things on Final Cut Pro especially. So as you can see, like, these are the S-Log clips. Again, scrub through them fine, scrub through the timeline, and I don't think we've dropped a single frame. Like, even if and it's not even fully rendered here. So even if I like play it, we can play it at like any point and it's not freezing, it's not stuttering, it's not slowing down. This is like pretty much as good as it gets. And if performance for editing 4K videos for social media is something that you do, then rest assured that you do not need something more powerful than this. The performance is not like an issue for me at all. And I edit these literally every single day. So I'm gonna actually unplug this computer now, and I'm not gonna lie, it's been connected to the studio display for like the past 3 days, and to be fully honest with you, like, I just never really take it off of it unless like I have to go somewhere. But I know some of y'all are gonna be wondering what the battery life is, especially after 4 years. So this is just for you guys. This is just for you. I'm going to be taking the computer out of the studio display. We're gonna be using it just like this for the rest of this video, test the battery. So it's at 100% right now. I like to watch some content throughout the day just to pass time, but it also gives me some inspiration for my own content. I like to keep tabs on what my favorite creators are making, the editing styles, the color grading, and that's what I'm doing right now, just consuming a bit before I get back to work. For those of you who don't know, I also run a clothing brand called Strive, and I'm also constantly designing graphics on Photoshop and editing pictures on Lightroom. So right now I'm just making some tweaks to a design, and as you can see, we have multiple layers, lots of things going on, and the MacBook, as you guessed it, handles that just fine as well. Okay, so up until now, it seems like I've been pretty positive about the M1 Max MacBook Pro, and you're not wrong. There's a lot of things that I really like about this computer, even though it is 4 years old. But I wanted to touch quickly on the things that are not so good. So as you saw, for the most part, the performance is very good, but there are a few times where things stutter, things lag, and the occasional time that I have to force close an application and then completely restart it because it's just like not responding whatsoever. I find that these instances don't happen like very often, maybe like a few times a week, but they're also very hard to replicate. So I can't really tell like when they happen or when they don't. It's kind of just random. I can't lie, battery life also isn't the greatest, especially when editing videos. So for me, this isn't really a big problem because, like I said, 95% of the time it's connected and charging through the studio display. But if you're somebody who is heavily reliant on the battery, maybe you don't have access to a charger, this is definitely something you want to look at, especially as you get an older MacBook with higher cycle count and like more battery degradation. So aside from being my editing and work machine, I also use this MacBook for everyday things like watching Netflix, YouTube, scrolling the internet, and buying things online that I shouldn't. But I feel like that's where the MacBook Pro and the MacBook Air are different. If you're someone who doesn't video edit all day, doesn't graphic design, and you can't really name something that you need the extra power for, honestly, I'd recommend going with the MacBook Air. You can get a brand new MacBook Air, the latest model, for around the same price that you get a similar machine to this that's used. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time we sit down and talk about the M1 Max MacBook Pro because I've got some thoughts. So like I said multiple times in this video, I think that the M1 Max MacBook Pro handles pretty much everything I throw at it completely fine. Yes, there's the occasional time that I have to force close an app, and yes, there's the occasional lag here and there, but it's honestly not enough for me to say that you need something more powerful. But here's the thing. Apple should be releasing the new MacBooks with the M5 chips before the end of the year. And I would honestly wait to see if there's a redesign in the works. This hardware that Apple's been using is almost 5 years old now, so it's bound to change sometime soon. So here's what I would do. If you are in desperate need of a laptop, maybe you need it for back to school, and you're conscious of the budget, then if you go with this computer and you find it for a good deal, it will have the performance to keep up with pretty much everything you throw at it. But if you can wait though, I'm just saying, like, chill a little bit before you pull that trigger. See what Apple has in the works. If you don't like it or it's too expensive, you can always find this machine, and it might be even a little bit more cheaper when the new models come out. For what it's worth, I actually bought the M4 Max MacBook when that came out last year, and I ended up returning it because I didn't need that much power and because it wasn't worth upgrading for me. And a year later, I don't regret it at all. I actually made a video about it. I'll leave it linked up here in case you're interested in hearing more about that. But anyways, y'all, that concludes a day in the life with the M1 Max MacBook Pro. That's 4 years old now. I really hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, please subscribe to the channel. It would mean a lot to me if you joined the community. And my name is Aryan. I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.